Hey everybody, welcome back to the Beats. Thank you all for joining us. We're your #1 stop for queer music right here in Seattle. And boy, do we have a special artist for you tonight. Seattle-based indie rock musician Claire Michelle writes music from the depths of her herstory. She brings an intense energy to the stage that's echoed in her very presence in person. With music featured in Seattle Gay News, King 5, Como Radio, Moxie Media, and now Queerspace Magazine and The Beat, honey. Give it up for Claire Michelle. Ow, 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 ow. Everybody, give it up for Claire Michelle. Yes.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm pretty fantastic. It's been a good Thursday.
Yes, it has. Come on, Thursday. So I am jumping right in. Tell me about yourself. Where are you from? How did you start making music?
Yeah, so I am originally from Flint, Michigan.
Okay.
And I moved out here to Seattle in 2014. I got kicked out of my house and I just drove straight across the country without thinking about it.
Wow.
And I landed right here in the Capitol Hill neighborhood and slept on a dude's couch who made me breakfast naked.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's a
I owe him a lot, though. I owe him a lot. So
That's
he got me started in the city. So
great.
That's where I've come from.
Okay. Wow. That's like a whole interview in itself, honey. How did you get from there to naked breakfast to making music?
Yeah. So it was mostly just a progression of hard work.
No, that's right.
Nonstop, just nose to the grindstone. I've been a professional musician now for almost 3 years.
Yes.
And
Come on,
thank
working
you.
musician. That is an accomplishment, okay?
And I started, working and just doing fashion photos at Goodwill.
Oh my God.
And that was all I did day in and day out until I was able to make enough money to jump ship and take a big risk into full-time artistry.
Which has obviously paid off, okay? That's amazing. So I've heard your music. Obviously, it's amazing.
Thank you.
It is very emotional. There's a lot of emotions in it. It's really great. I was very interested, though, to know what some of your musical influences have been.
Yeah. So when I was really young, I was started in choirs, church choirs and.
Church.
Oh, yes. And it was wonderful because what it did is it gave me a look into very structured music. And it was through that structure that I was able to find myself, because over time I got sick of the structure.
Right.
And started fighting that and more and more. And so it was mostly classical art pieces. I went to school for art songs. And I didn't really listen to the radio until I was about 16 years old.
Wow. Oh my God.
I know. And so I found Coldplay of all bands.
Hey.
But they were the jumping off point, so I was able to actually find more music through them.
Wow.
And I reached out to the label and got more music, and I was able to jump in full bore.
That's
so amazing.
Cool. I saw a video of yours on YouTube, which I need you to go check out Claire's YouTube page. First of all, we'll tell you where to find at the end. We'll give the plugs. But the "Love Me" video was very striking. Check it out. You have to watch.
Thanks.
But I wanted to know your inspiration for that, because you bared your entire soul and body for the video, and it was very striking. I loved it.
That film had caught me at a time the song really had caught me at a time, one of the worst times of my life. I was trying to date, and as a trans woman, that's very difficult to do. And I got dumped for the upteenth time. I'm not going to say the number; it's too depressing. So I was on just another like first date, and I came out to them, and they just cast me aside. And I went home and I wrote "Love Me," and so "Love Me" is a song about trying to be yourself and find love. And so that song is a lot of frustration, and the video that accompanied it was all about that frustration and showing myself and showing what you're missing. So it was very therapeutic for me to do that, record that film.
It was amazing. It was great, and I think that's so true of a lot of artists, even myself. That like some of my best music comes from like the hard times or the frustrating times. I mean, hello, Alanis Morissette. You know, like that very emotional thing, which I think was just so great. And whoever that person is out there, I hope you're watching. And look what you missed out on. So hey. But so if you didn't know, Claire's also a trans woman, obviously, as you just said. And you had a pretty public transition, which you can watch on YouTube, which I thought was just super inspiring. Obviously, very courageous, just all of that. Where did you find the courage, and why did you decide to share your journey?
So it originally started with the idea of just capturing myself prior to transition. And that first video was me really just trying to unload my feelings and talk through things and come to a realization of what just happened and why I was driving 3,000 miles across country. And so I took that first film, I looked at it, I edited it, and I realized that I needed to create a second one, and I need to actually see where I've been and what I've come through. And so it was a film originally that I wanted to create to show what I started out as. And I'm so glad I have those because looking back at those is really, really hard for me to do. But it's also a humble reminder of what I've achieved and where I need to go.
Bravo. Honestly, that's so great. I mean, that just takes, just me singing my own songs about personal life, to me is very, you know, it can be very jarring to have this like super public transition, which now is like an anthology of like every, you know, your journey so far. I think it's so great.
Thanks.
So that's kind of the past. What's next? What's in the future? What are we working on? The tea.
So I have a EP coming out in the spring. We're going into the fall. We're going into the studio in the fall.
Okay.
And it's going to be 3 songs. I'll play 2 of them for you tonight. And I just feel so good about this one anyway. I'm really excited to have this one come out. So
I'm excited. Okay, I'm pumped. Sorry, we're gonna get to the performance, but let's let everyone know where to find you so that they'll know when the EP drops, honey. We'll already be followers and subscribers because I already am.
Oh yeah.
But yes, what's the socials? Where do we look?
Most everywhere you can find me at Claire Michelle Music, and if you just Google that, I will pop up somewhere. So.
Cool. Claire Michelle Music, you heard it right now, folks. Now give it up one more time for the talented, the beautiful Claire Michelle. Thank you so much. That was so much fun. Let's hear it for Claire Michelle.
I see my face too when I look at you, and I see your eyes glow like mine. Don't let them tell you Thanks. That's Out of the Shadows. Share all your colors, don't be a coward now. 'Cause others control us if we so let them know. So let them know. When you arrive, don't let others bring you down. You wanna fall, show your strength for those around. And see who you'll be.
One more time for Claire Michelle. Join us next time for another riveting episode of The Beat, darling. Bye.